Creative and fun learning, wind day outdoor experiments. In the bustling town of Breezyville, where the winds blew strong and free, a group of curious little explorers gathered for their very special Friday session. The town's beloved educator, Professor Windwhistle, had planned an enchanting day outside to explore the mysterious forces that drove those winds. Wind day outdoor experiments. As they ventured deeper into the park, the children couldn't hide their excitement. They clutched their bags, filled with all sorts of interesting items, eager to test how these things moved in the wind. Professor Windwhistle beamed with pride, knowing this would make for a memorable day. The group reached a sunny clearing, and Professor Windwhistle called for their attention. "Now let's see how these objects react to the wind," she said, raising a small, lightweight object above her head. As soon as she released it, the breeze caught it, sending it spinning and weaving through the air, leaving a beautiful glowing trail behind. Next came the turn of the colorful ribbons, each one held by an eager explorer. One by one, they let their ribbons fly, watching as the breeze caught them and twisted them into intricate patterns. After playing with the ribbons, it was time for something more substantial. Paper kites! The children worked together to build their creations, and then took them outside to test them. As the wind picked up, the kites leaped into the sky, soaring higher and higher until they disappeared from sight. The children watched with wide eyes as their kites danced in the wind, twisting and turning in graceful patterns above them. They cheered and laughed, amazed by the power of the breeze that seemed to bring their creations to life. As their kites finally came to rest, Professor Windwhistle reminded them, "Remember, we're here to learn. Take a moment to write down your observations and findings about how these objects moved in the wind." And so, the children scrambled to record their thoughts, each one eager to share what they had witnessed. Once they had finished writing, the group gathered around Professor Windwhistle. She smiled warmly at them and asked each child to share their discoveries. They spoke excitedly about the way the light objects shimmered, the patterns the ribbons formed, and the soaring heights their kites reached. With their observations and findings recorded, the children's excitement didn't wane. Professor Windwhistle challenged them. "Now it's time to put your knowledge to the test. Let's build a large wind-powered machine." The group worked together, using their newfound understanding of how objects moved in the wind to construct an extraordinary creation. As they finished their creation, a hush fell over the group. Professor Windwhistle nodded and called out, "It's time!" And then, with a gust of wind, their wind-powered machine came to life. It spun and twirled in graceful patterns, demonstrating the incredible power of the breeze they had learned about throughout the day. With the wind-powered machine working flawlessly, the children couldn't contain their joy and pride. They cheered and laughed, high-fiving each other as they celebrated their amazing achievement. Professor Windwhistle looked on, beaming with happiness at the sight of her students, learning, creating, and growing together. As the sun began to set over Breezyville, the children and Professor Windwhistle gathered together one last time. They smiled at each other, remembering all that they had learned about the power of the wind that day. With happy hearts and full minds, they said their goodbyes, eager to put their newfound knowledge to use in the days ahead.